Hey guys, my name is FierceDeityMahesh and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo 64. Now guys, in the last episode we took on the most tedious quest within the history of Ocarina of Time, which was the Big Po quest. And guys, in this episode it's time to actually go ahead and take on the most scariest temple within the history of Zelda. Or not really the history of Zelda, there are more scarier temples I presume. But anyways guys, in this episode we're actually able to go ahead and take on the Shadow Temple, which will be in Kakariko Graveyard. So that's an indication to how scary it actually is, because it's in a graveyard. It's essentially in the basement of a graveyard, but it's a very very scary temple, and there are a lot of different things which could possibly scare you now guys. So the main thing is that they actually made the temple a lot less scarier in Ocarina of Time 3D, but in this version it is a little creepy, not gonna go ahead and lie, mainly because there's a lot of blood and a lot of different things. So if you're not used to such stuff, I would not request you to go ahead and watch this episode, mainly because okay fine, let's actually go ahead and buy this. Yeah, okay, so mainly because I don't want you guys to go ahead and get any sort of like weird, because like some people are not used to such things and stuff, and it could be pretty bad. So let's actually go ahead and play the Nocturne of Shadow. Okay, that's the opposite notes for the last three notes. Okay, so there you go. We are pretty much where we need to be, because we are in Kakariko village, and essentially you could ask me, if like we are in Kakariko, then why couldn't we just go to Kakariko Graveyard? It's mainly because we can't make our way to this part of the graveyard without the song. So we are a little low on health, but it's fine guys. Let's actually go ahead and make our way here. And for this temple to go ahead and just cause a little bit of change, let's actually go ahead and switch over to the Goron tuning, because we have been sticking with the Zora tuning for quite a while now. Wow, this actually looks really cool. But anyway guys, this is the entrance towards the Shadow Temple, but it's closed and there are a bunch of torches around us. So you could essentially ask where, or like how we can actually go ahead and light all of these at one go. Let's go and use Din's Fire right in the middle, and there you go guys, we have gone ahead and lit all the torches, and now we can slowly embark into the deep darkness, which is the Shadow Temple. So brace yourself guys, this is ultimately the Shadow Temple. And guys, the theme of this area is actually pretty much inspired yeah, like, so its theme is essentially very much inspired from the theme of the Fire Temple. So you can possibly make that out from all the weird sounds which actually play. So yes, so we actually need the Eye of Truth for this temple, which is actually the Lens of Truth. Now there's a quick puzzle here, but don't bother about it as of now, because we will come here later on after we get ourselves a certain item, without which we will not be able to complete this entire quest. Really, this quest is the entire puzzle. So one who gains the Eye of Truth will be able to see what is hidden in the darkness. Sad for you, Wall, we actually already have the Lens of Truth. Well, I don't think it's actually sad for the Wall, but okay. Shadow Temple. Here is gathered Hyrule's a bloody history of greed and hatred. So as you can tell guys, it's not a very nice temple. Okay, there are way too many walls who speak. Oh come on, I anyway lost so many hearts. Okay guys, so here, okay, where's the wall? There you go guys, so here is where we need to be. Let's go and make our way inside. And yes guys, you guessed it right, we are back to where we previously were. My boy is back, the ultimate guy. I guess it's gonna be pretty bad. Oh my god, are you freaking kidding me right now? Okay, there you go. Let's actually go ahead and try to hit it with a Bigoron sword now, because it can actually cause a lot more damage than the Kokiri sword with which we battled him for the first time. So let's go ahead and get caught by this one and try to just escape from it as quickly as we possibly can, because I don't really want to be bit by the dude. Let me go ahead and try to. Oh god, are you freaking kidding me right now? Okay, let's actually go ahead and try to hit him now. There you go. We got ourselves quite a few hits. But guys, as an adult, pretty much every boss battle is pretty much a very big piece of cake. But I'm telling you guys, there are some battles which could potentially be a little bit more tougher than the others, but especially with the Bigoron sword, as adult Link, every single boss fight is incredibly easy. There you go, we are already done, like really. That's pretty much it. Okay guys, so now we can actually go ahead and get ourselves the item of the temple, which is already present here, and this is a pretty cool item. This is pretty much the Nike shoes of the Zelda universe. And I should appreciate one thing about this temple, and that's that they give you the item of the temple, the dungeon compass, and the dungeon map very early on within the temple, which is something which you don't really go ahead and see in the rest of the temples. We didn't actually see that even in the forest temple, nor the fire temple, nor the water temple. So that's a pretty refreshing change, if I should say so myself. Okay, there's no chest over here. Okay, let me actually go ahead and I'm actually pretty suspicious, because there are some areas where you could where there are like some secrets and stuff. So I'm pretty sure there is nothing over here. If there is, no, that absolutely isn't. And I would actually suggest you guys to equip the Lens of Truth, or at least have it in your arsenal at all times, because it could actually go ahead and help a ton. So now guys, we can actually go ahead and make our way back over here. Actually where are we? Okay, there you go. Now we can actually go ahead and, okay, we already know that. Now guys, you actually have to go ahead and make your way towards this area and to a particular room over here. Okay, we already know this. Come on, don't repeat the same thing over and over again, please. Okay, now guys, here is actually a Redead. So let's actually go ahead and play the Sun Song. Mainly because I don't want to be hugged by the Redead, who is probably about to go ahead and kill us. Let's actually go ahead and do a jump attack, which is going to kill them in one go. Okay, where's the key? For some reason I keep saying key instead of keys. It's not just one key. It's not like, because for some reason I assume it to be like keys as in like plural. Oh come on, you're freaking joking right now. That's not possible. Okay, where's the second one? That's where the second one is. And once you kill all the enemies, you will get yourself the second generic temple item. And I should admit, it's pretty stupid where you have to actually wait for the bat to be killed to for it to fall down and then burn up whatever it is. They could potentially just give us just as soon as we hit them. But anyway guys, we got ourselves the dungeon map, and now we can make our way to where the other two was. Okay, now, so here is where the tough part starts, mainly because this is another boot like the iron boot, which we got in the ice cavern, which we had to use in the fire temple. Sorry, in the water temple. I was so confused. Okay guys, so this is the room in which we actually need to be. So essentially, if you go ahead and take out, actually I do not like the hover boots, mainly because it makes you slip. It's pretty much like an ice physics. Yeah, so if you go ahead and take out your Lens of Truth, all of these are false except for one of them, which is exactly this one. So go ahead and make its beak face towards the actual head, which is the truthful one. So go ahead and pull it all the way towards the one which is actually the true one. And if you pull it towards anything which is except the one which is the true one, you will pretty much just go ahead and fall down, and it could be a potential waste of time. It won't really cause too much of loss, however. Let's actually go ahead and stop here. Oh no, I think I pushed myself way too much. There you go. I think this will be enough. Wait, what? Wait, what? How is it possible? I'm pretty sure that this was the right one, right? Let's go and stop here. Ah, there you go. It's actually a little bit slow on the N64 version, which made me a little confused, because I thought it wasn't the right one, but then again I realized that we didn't fall down, so let's actually go ahead, and as you can tell, you can actually walk on air with this, which is something very, very interesting and which always interested me. But on land, my gosh, this thing is the most irritating thing you can ever freaking find. Now, there are 3 walls in the room ahead and the BMOS, but I would suggest you to not actually go ahead and deal with the BMOS because anyways it will respawn, so it's not a big thing. So here is actually a bombable door, and guys, if we actually go ahead and take out our lens of truth, we can actually go ahead and find out that these two these two walls are actually fake walls. And here guys, as soon as you go ahead and enter, go ahead and take out your sword, go ahead and do a spin attack this way and make your way inside, and actually go ahead and hit them this way, which will go ahead and kill them both and will not make you be hugged by them, which is absolutely amazing. And in this chest guys, we actually get ourselves the dungeon compass. So we're pretty much done with the 3 generic temple items, which is amazing. And like normally you would expect a temple to be done by the time you actually go ahead and get the actual temple item. Okay guys, so now we actually have to make our way towards the opposite side, because as you can tell, even this wall is actually a fake wall. And here is a pretty scary room for certain reasons. Yeah, exactly. So this is pretty much like the small puzzle in the ice cavern where there are these blades, but this time it's like scythes, so it's pretty creepy, not gonna go ahead and lie. And we have to potentially take out a hook shot because I'm pretty sure we'll have to, but let's actually go ahead and try to make our way over here. We could go and actually I can't hook my way up there, can I? We have to make our way a little more farther away, and even though it passes through us, we don't really get hit, to be honest. Go ahead and try to make our way up here and actually fall off this. So exactly, there are 5 coins like how it was in the ice cavern. This is pretty much the same physics which we will be using in every one of these puzzles. Oh god, come on. Okay guys, so that actually opens up this door, and there is a certain door over here which you would like to enter, but actually, okay fine, let's actually go ahead and make our way over here. Okay, so here as you can tell, there's actually a boat, which is something not very interesting as of now. We will come back to this room, and we can't actually enter over here because there's a block actually blocking it. blocking it, yeah. Okay, now guys, let's actually go ahead and make our way up. There's pretty much nothing in this room, in like this room, but in the room with the boat there are a lot of things which we will actually enter a lot later on. And do excuse me for the weird sounds in the background. It's some construction work which is going to be happening. Let's actually go ahead now. Oh come on, no, I'm going to actually move up. There you go. You go ahead and see what Navi has to go ahead and tell us. This wall is saying something. It says, if you want to see a ferry to the other world, come here. Okay, so essentially they are talking about the boat. So let's actually go ahead and make our way into this little alcove or this little room here, and we can get ourselves a small key. And this small key will help us to open up the door which is in the center of the room in which we previously were. So we are pretty much done with these 2 rooms, and now we can make our way towards the room in the center, and that is where the actual tough part starts, because there are a lot of these guillotines and stuff which could be very, very scary. And there are like a lot of sculptures which just randomly appear, so be careful when you make your way over here. As you tell, right here is go ahead and hit the long shot. And guys, do excuse me if I keep saying the hook shot, just because that's what the item is actually called, and that's what we all are used to calling it. Okay, let's actually go ahead and make our way across. Oh god, I didn't actually remember about that one, and I do need to get a heart refill. Actually speaking, I can potentially get my health back if I want to. Let's actually go ahead and make our way back up here, but we'll possibly go ahead and respawn all the sculptures. So if it does respawn, I'll actually go ahead and cut. Okay, so guys, right over here, if we actually go ahead and kill the beamers, which I could do previously as well. There you go. If we actually make our way over here and play the Song of Storms, we can actually get ourselves a big fairy which will heal us completely. There you go. It's not actually a chest though, it does look like one. Okay, so now if it respawns, I shall actually go ahead and cut and see you guys where I actually finished the whole thing. So okay, so they do respawn, so I'll see you guys in just one sec after I make my way where we previously were. Alright guys, so here we are, and now is when you actually need to go ahead and equip the hover boots, because there'll be some platforms ahead which we'll actually have to go ahead and float on. So as you can tell, there are a lot of these guillotines which can be pretty scary. There you go, there's another scuttler. This is the last scuttler in this room, so guys, be happy about that. Oh god, okay, I didn't want to go ahead and be hit there, but okay. Now guys, normally you would expect you would expect guillotines to actually go ahead and just crush the living okay, I was about to swear for one sec, the living frick out of you, but actually speaking, this one doesn't. Okay, now guys, I'm actually able to go ahead and switch back to my Kokiri boots, mainly because there's a style force here which you can go ahead and kill. And the easiest way to go ahead and kill these guys now, and actually it has a band on its head now, I actually didn't notice that before. Go ahead and try to get it. Oh god, you freaking style force. If you can go ahead and, there you go. No one likes you. Die. Okay, let's actually go ahead and stop being so cruel and make our way over here. Now, actually guys, we're actually doing pretty well in this temple, so give yourself a pat on the back. Now, you would actually use the hover boots, but because I despise the hover boots so much of how they actually go ahead and work, I do not want to go ahead and use them. We go ahead and make our way over here and into this room, which will potentially give us our first scuttler. Actually, is this a room? Yes, indeed, it's a room. There's nothing here, right? But there's actually an invisible scythe blade this time around, which is amazing, right guys? It's so interesting and so amazing that I can't even like hold up my happiness right now. But the problem is that, okay, I actually do not need my hookshot. Not like my ocarina here, do I? Let me go ahead and try to hit this guy. There you go. And here is a like which we do not want to deal with. Oh god, it's coming towards me. But just hit it like this way, because there is a weird glitch which happens, because if you hit it at the scythe level, you'll pretty much be dead. Yeah, so just essentially kill all of the enemies in this room and you will be pretty much done with it. And then we can go ahead and get ourselves the skull. Actually, what? There's another keys? Oh god, come on. Really, dude. There you go, there's the last keys. You little bug. Or like bat. Not a bug. Go ahead and make our way over here to actually equip our... Let's further go ahead and see if it is following us. And if you can go ahead and make our way to this room, the main attraction is the skull club, but there's also a minor chest which will go ahead and give us nothing very important, just like a blue rupee, I'm pretty sure, which we could actually do without. Actually, let me go ahead and actually take the skull club which we have got and see how many skull clubs we have. It's fine, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to have 84. There you go, perfect. Let's actually go ahead and make our way outside this room. Oh god, come on, really, dude. Go ahead and make our way over here. I hate these sights. There you go. Let's actually go ahead and actually not the hook shot, sorry. And now we can make our way back to this room. And as usual, the style force will return, but guys, don't worry about it too much, mainly because we will pretty much go ahead and have... Now, it's pretty weird to go ahead and actually walk on this, right? Like, it's like an invisible floor, right? But guys, don't really be scared, because now guys, in this situation you actually do want to go ahead and hit or rather kill the scuttler, mainly because I'm gonna actually go ahead and push this guy outside so that it's easier, because if you push them outside it's gonna be lucky. There you go, my boy is out. Let's actually go ahead and wait for this platform to make its way up. I'm actually going to go ahead and save here. I think it's will like fall down very fast, I'm pretty sure. There you go. And actually make our way over here and actually use our hover boots this time around, because we can't actually jump up. I'm pretty sure if we can, go ahead and let me know down in the comments section of this video. There you go. Oh god. Oh god, it's actually really scary. Okay, anyway guys, in this room there's actually a beamos which actually is covering one of the coins which we need to get to open the next door. So let's actually go ahead and go down to him and collect these coins. Go ahead and make our way over here. Collect this coin, okay, and collect this coin too. To actually go ahead and make our way towards this room. Oh god, okay. And guys, this is a pretty cool room which always fascinated me as a kid, mainly because there are these like weird like things which fall down and they are pretty dangerous. So here's a sign. Let's actually go ahead and read it. What? Only one with the eye of truth will find the stone umbrella that protects against the rain of blades. Yeah, so they essentially call it a rain of blades because there are a lot of blades. And also there's a weird music like which is actually caused by this. Actually, this is one observation which I did on my own. This is here clearly. See, it's actually pretty cool, right? Yeah, okay. So let's actually go ahead and make our way up here because these things will actually go ahead and stop it from hitting us. And if we make our way into this small gap, if we can. Actually, I'm sorry, we'll actually have to go ahead and make our way a little forward with this block. Okay, so now we can actually go ahead and make our way towards this room where there's a sculpture. Sorry about that guys, I just sneezed very loudly. Holy crap, that is pretty weird. Let's actually go ahead and wait, what? Okay, I guess we will need a hookshot after all. Speaking like this temple is pretty linear, to be honest. We'll go ahead and make our way even to this room where we'll get ourselves, I'm pretty sure, like an arrow refill or something like that. There are pretty much a lot of arrow refills in this temple, so don't worry about that too much. I should have actually been a little less scared and made my way over here peacefully without actually going ahead and buying the arrows, which actually made me waste quite a few rupees, but it's fine because I normally like to do something if I'm very scared about it. Okay, so now we actually have to go ahead and make our way atop this one and make our way over here. And guys, here what you want to go ahead and do is that you want to actually take your hover boots. Actually, I'm pretty sure you can even do this with, like, not having the hover boots, but to be honest, I feel like it's a little bit more of a safer option if I go ahead and make my way. Oh shit. There you go. Well, I'm sorry about that weird voice which I made because I was very scared for one sec. Okay, so here if we go ahead and open up the chest, we actually get ourselves nothing very important. But if we go ahead and make our way over here and go ahead and press the switch, there'll be a chest which spawns. If we can go and hook onto it, it'll be great because every single time I never am able to go ahead and make my way to this chest. Okay, this always happens. Let me go ahead and try to make my way to a particular area of this platform where it's a little bit more easier to make my way. Come on, really, like. Oh god. They go a little bit more up if I can make my way. This is the right way? There you go, perfect. I shouldn't have been so paranoid when I actually went ahead and hooked there for the first time. But now guys, we got ourselves a small key. Now this is pretty much for what we came here and also for the sculpture mainly. And now we can actually go ahead and remove our hover boots and actually make our way towards or rather back towards this room and actually towards this area, which is a pretty narrow area to be honest. Let me go ahead and save once more because what happens is that while recording I forget to save, and then if I go ahead and screw up any part it's going to be very bad. Okay, so now back to the hover boots. Let's go ahead and try to do it another time. There you go. Now here is actually a moving platform which you need to be pretty careful about. Not going to go ahead and lie. Okay, this is getting pretty scary now because not because the temple itself is necessarily scary, but or the temple itself is necessarily scary, but now here there are two redeads which I would actually personally like to kill, but it's fine. Who cares? We go ahead and make our way over here. There you go. That's where I wanted to make my way towards. You know what? I'm probably gonna go ahead and make my way over here, and then go ahead there. No. There you go. That's better. Oh, okay, that's better. Let me go ahead and whip out our. Okay, oh shit. Can we go ahead and hit this guy? Oh, so these things actually go ahead and freeze the guy. I actually was a little bit scared if I'll actually go ahead and hook my way onto him and he won't be stunned, which would be pretty bad. Oh, what? This guy is actually alive now? Go ahead and try to... There you go, and as we go ahead and kill the two redeads, the two redeads. God, I can't speak. We actually go ahead and get ourselves a chest which contains what actually? Yeah, 5 rupees. Pretty much nothing important at all. Hey, how do we make our way over here? Like a thing over here? Okay, I'm sorry. We have to make our way over here then? Wait, what? Okay, I've never seen this part. Wait, one sec. I'll go ahead and try to make my way back over there. How do you actually get that rupee? Oh, okay, we have to actually run our way from here. Because that'll pretty much do the job. There you go. And here basically if we go ahead and actually hook our way onto this, we'll actually be able to go ahead and make our way towards this door, which actually has a pretty cool physic in it. So let's actually go ahead and make our way there with the Kokiri boots, mainly because we are pretty much fine now. And guys, in this room there's a blade trap. This is called. There are a few keys, but most importantly there's actually our third sculpture. So guys, just 2 more to go in this temple. We are actually doing pretty well, not going to go ahead and lie. So I'm pretty sure we should have 86 at this point. There you go. Because I got 2 extra sculptures as I previously mentioned, as compared to what is written in Zelda Dungeon. So guys, here you want to actually go ahead and kill off all the keys and not get hit by them. There actually are a lot of keys, but there you go. We at least got ourselves a pretty good refill of hearts. So if we go ahead and hit even this dude, there you go. Where's the okay? This is lost keys. There you go. Oh, wait, come on. I keep pressing that button over and over again. There you go. Now guys, we actually have to go ahead and... Okay, so that actually opens up the door. But there is another thing which we need to go ahead and get from this room. And that'll happen if we go ahead and throw a bomb into this little skull. If I can actually go ahead and do it properly. I'll actually use like my 1 bombs because I'm more satisfied with them, because they won't like go out when I go ahead and pick them up. Well, they will, but... just a little bit more safer in my personal opinion. There you go. And if you go ahead and hit it, it'll actually go ahead and blast and give ourselves a small key. So we're doing pretty well, guys. As I already said, give yourself a pat on the back once we go ahead and do something pretty cool. So is the reader respawned? Is the reader respawned? Okay. Me and my pawns. So, okay, now guys, we actually have to go ahead and make our way towards the next room, which will be over here, but the problem is there's actually a hookshot target which always screws me up once again. Okay, we actually didn't screw it up this time, so good for us. Let's actually go ahead and open up this little door and make our way towards one of my favorite areas within this temple, mainly because there are a lot of like these wind... Actually, I should take off my my iron boots now and just keep on the cookie boots. Okay, so here guys, there are some fans, right, which actually go ahead and emit wind, of course, who will actually go ahead and blow us off from where we need to actually be. So with the iron boots, because they're so heavy, they actually won't go ahead and blow us off, which is pretty good. And I'm pretty sure there's a puzzle like this even in Wind Waker. I have not actually personally played Wind Waker, but I have actually seen Let's Plays of it. Actually, not here, I'm sorry, that is something which I shouldn't have done. So guys, we have to actually go ahead and hook our way on to this area. And for some people always get confused with that area for some reason. And let's actually go ahead and make our way here and actually make our way towards the room across. Actually speaking, there's nothing very important in that room, but I'll show it nevertheless to go ahead and make it a little bit more easier for you guys. Okay, so now guys, I'm pretty sure we can go ahead and take out our iron boots and switch back to the Kokiri boots. Now guys, here is another room of redeaths in the exact same position as the Gibdos. We go ahead and hit them too, and now this room has pretty much nothing except for, I'm pretty sure, like a chest or something. There you go. Which contains, I'm pretty sure, like a blue rupee or something. There are like a lot of chests which actually have blue rupees in this temple, and also a lot of bundle of arrows. So here I can hear the spirits whispering in this room. Those who have sacred feet should let the wind guide them. Then they will be led to the hidden path. That's what they're saying. Okay, so that's pretty much the thing which we'll actually have to go ahead and use in the room in which we previously were before we actually made our way over here. So let's actually go ahead and save and actually make our way over here and make our way into this area. Actually, now I would like to take out my Kokiri boots. Oh yeah, this room. Okay, now let's actually go ahead and play the sun song for this one. Actually, no, not that. Or will this even work for this room? Let me go ahead and save for a sec. Go ahead and try it one more time. There you go. And guys, we actually went ahead and killed them pretty simply. And now let's actually go ahead and see what this chest is to go ahead and give us. As you could tell, it's actually a locked door ahead. And we don't specifically have any keys with us right now, so I really hope that's actually a key. Well, unfortunately, it's only a blue rupee. So guys, what we actually go ahead and do, we have pretty much nothing, right? But guys, if you go ahead and actually place your bomb over here, you can actually go ahead and blow this specific portion up, and as you could tell, there's nothing. But if you go ahead and put on your lens of truth, here's the chest which gives you a small key. Now I should admit, I should give props to the creators for this very puzzle, because it's something which actually you have to do out of your way to actually go ahead and complete this. So very good round of applause for the creators. Now this is actually the boat room in which we previously were. So here's actually a huge block which was actually blocking our way to where we needed to be. Okay, so now we actually have to go ahead and push or like right now we have to go ahead and pull the block all the way towards the end, and because we can't actually get squeezed, we actually have to go ahead and pull it or rather push it a little bit further away. I keep saying like the opposite every single time. There you go. So now we can actually go ahead and push it this side. And as you could tell, you can actually go ahead and hear the scratching of a Skulltula. So this is actually our 4th Skulltula, and the 5th Skulltula is not very far away. So we are actually pretty much towards the final area of this temple. And well, we are actually in a pretty cool area of the temple, though we're not actually in the end of the temple. So guys, here we'll actually have to go ahead and take out our ocarina to actually go ahead and play the Scarecrow song. So if we go and play the Scarecrow song, indeed Pierre comes all the way over there. Now, I'm pretty sure we haven't seen Pierre since a very long time, like I think in the Fire Temple or something like that. So it's been a very, very long time, so I'm pretty happy we're actually able to go and see this dude once again. Now let's actually go ahead and kill off the Skulltula over here, and the only reason to go ahead and come here is because of the Skulltula. Now we actually have to go ahead and make our way back to that area over there with the block. Okay, so now we can actually go ahead and make our way into this boat, or not really, like, it's rather onto this boat, and actually get ourselves a free boat ride. So we actually need it, right? We actually have worked a lot and we need a little bit of rest, right? Well, guess what? This is a cruise after all, but it's something a little bit more tougher than that. It's not a pleasure cruise. As you can tell, there's a demon's face in the front. There's actually a very, very creepy statue in the remake of this game on the 3DS, which is actually a little bit more rounded, which makes it look less scary. But guys, as soon as we go ahead and make our way over here, as you could tell, there are two style foes which are ready to go ahead and kill us. Go ahead and try to... okay, I keep doing that. Now guys, there are actually two star foes in this area. Let me go ahead and try to hit it one more time. There you go, one of them done. Now for the second one of them. I'm pretty sure the bigger ones would... oh wow, nice, that's actually very, very good on our part. Okay, so we are pretty much done with the style foes we need to actually go ahead and take care of. Now guys, now be pretty careful. Actually, I would suggest you guys to actually go ahead and make your way outside now itself. Mainly because if you go ahead and actually wait too long... and also, why does the boat have wheels? There you go, as you can tell, it's actually sinking. So yeah, pretty much a very, very pleasurable ride indeed, right guys? But let's actually go ahead and hit our way, or rather save once, and then actually, one sec, we'll go ahead and do something. Okay, there you go. Now, if I actually go ahead and hit right in the middle of these bomb flowers, mainly because it'll make this thing fall down. Let me go ahead and see if this is the right area to go. No, that's most definitely not the right area to go ahead and hit. That's not the right area either. This is a little bit too low. Go ahead and make our way a little more higher. There you go. There you go. And as we go ahead and hit all of the bombs, this huge stone statue will go ahead and fall down, making it a pretty cool bridge for us to go ahead and make our way towards the boss room. But we haven't obtained the boss key yet, so what's the use of the boss room, right? So now this is a pretty scary room, mainly because there are a lot of these there are a lot of invisible walls. And there are about 4 rooms, and there are these floor masters, which actually make it even more tougher. We go ahead and make our way over here to the first room. Well, there are actually about 3 rooms. Oh, and as you could tell, you can't really do anything because like 2 walls of spikes are about to go ahead and come towards us. So I guess this is the end of the Legend of Zelda, right guys? Because there are 2 wooden thing with spikes. Let's actually go ahead and use dense fire to go ahead and just burn the living hell out of these. That actually goes and hits even the redeads. Go ahead and make our way over here if I can. Okay, there you go. Just as he was about to go ahead and kill us, let's actually go ahead and make our way over here. But actually go ahead using a hook shot, because if we actually go ahead and hit him this way, he might potentially actually go ahead and something a lot more harsh to us. So let's really go ahead and there you go. Okay, that actually didn't get hurt. So guys, if we go ahead and open up this chest, we will actually go ahead and get ourselves the boss key. So pretty good. We are almost done with everything. Well, actually speaking, we are done with everything we need, but to be honest, like we have some more chests to go ahead and get, as well as our last sculptor. So we actually have to be pretty well prepared for that. Let's actually go ahead and make our way outside now of this room and make our way towards the door on the opposite side. So I'm pretty sure this is the room. There you go. This is the room having the sculptor and stuff. And also, of course, some keys and actually, guys, this time around it's actually a rolling set of skulls. So let's actually go ahead and hit this scuttler and get its token. So guys, we got ourselves all the 5 scuttlers in this temple, so not bad whatsoever. Let's actually go ahead and see how many scuttlers we have now. I'm pretty sure we should have 88. Indeed we do. So this is probably like, so this let's play is probably about to be the first time I'm actually getting all the scuttlers in this temple. Or like in this game, sorry, not in this temple. This time there are no holes, so like keys. What I just said pose for some reason? Okay, so let's actually go ahead and take out our bombs now, because we have to go ahead and blast one of them, because I'm pretty sure there'll be a key in one of them. Okay, not that one maybe. Go ahead and make our way across. Oh, really? Okay. Let's go ahead and save, because I don't want to actually go ahead and place out of my bombs this way. There you go. Does it have a key? Yes, indeed. It does have a key, so we can actually go ahead. Oh, what? So there's no key then in the case? Okay, my bad. Let's actually go ahead and make our way up over there. It's not the chest I wanted anyway. Let's actually go ahead and make our way over here. Let's go ahead and hit this, or rather make the bomb go inside it, not fall off. Oh really? Come on. Okay, let's go ahead and try this one more time, or else I'll go ahead and cut. Okay, one more time. Let's go ahead and try this, because we have infinite save states. So save states are always good, right, guys? Really, like seriously. There you go. That gives us a magic meter. Is that magic meter or what? Indeed that is. So let's go ahead and try to blast this one now. Oh, are you serious right now? Not really. There you go. Wait, what? Oh, so there is no key. Why have I been wasting my time all this time then, in that case? Actually, let me actually go ahead and make my way outside and see. Yeah, okay, so now we are in this room once again. Let's actually go ahead and try to kill this guy. Oh god, indeed. Go ahead and try to kill this guy now and make our way there, because we okay, so we don't need that indeed, do we? Okay, this is, look at that blood, dude. Like, oh my god. There you go. Wow, actually the bomb killed the baby one. And guys, in this room, this chest will probably go ahead and give us something pretty minor, I'm pretty sure. Oh, okay, small. Wait, what? For what exactly? Wait, what? Oh, okay, fine. I think I got it. Okay, fine. Let's actually go ahead and make our way. Sure, there's nothing over here. Okay. So sorry about that quick confusion, guys. I was just a little bit confused about what I had to actually go ahead and do. If I can go ahead and escape these ones, it'll be great. Go ahead and make our way over here and back into the door in which we previously were. And now, guys, we can actually go ahead and make our way towards the boss room. So yeah, we are pretty much done with this temple. So I totally forgot about why we needed a small key in the first place, and holy crap, that is pretty tense for even thinking about, because like, once you get recording right, it's very very scary, because you don't want to go ahead and look like a fool, nor do you want to go ahead and like do things really really slowly. So here we'll actually have to go ahead and take out our hover boots, I'm pretty sure. Go ahead and take out these things and make our way towards this area and not fall down, most definitely not. Go ahead and make our way towards this area and not fall. There you go. And guys, let's actually go ahead and make our way into the boss room and see what we can go ahead and do inside the boss room. Yeah, boy. So this now this boss is also one of my favorite bosses in Ocarina of Time, and it was in my top 5 bosses list in the video which I did, the top 5 bosses video. And this is a very creepy boss, guys, so let me go ahead and save once. There you go, guys. Let's actually go ahead and save once. Okay, guys, so here we are, and let's actually go ahead and hit it with our arrows. Where is it? There you go. Now we have to actually go ahead and take out, do 2 quick jump attacks. Now okay, let's actually go ahead and hit it one more time. Oh god, that's pretty bad of me. I think I was a little bit late in going and hitting the hand. And actually hit this one more time and actually target onto the hand this time around. Go ahead and hit it. Okay, one more hit, I guess. Go ahead and try to target on this now. We go ahead and make our way over here and hit it with 2 more, and well, guys, this boss is pretty much done. So it's a very simple boss. Just sometimes you may get a little bit sleepy with the controls, but overall it's a very simple boss. And we have completed the Shadow Temple. Now, he's a pretty bizarre boss, to be honest, and the way he just does things and everything is just very creepy and weird. But guys, now let's actually go ahead and try to collect the magic meters first of all, if we can. Actually, it's way too close to the portal, so I don't want to go ahead and risk it. Go ahead and make up. Oh my god, these hover boats though. So guys, we got ourselves our next heart container, just 2 more to complete all the heart containers in this game. So guys, we're doing very well in this game so far, and let's actually go ahead and make our way into the portal and see who is awaiting us. Well, actually, we already know because Sheik told us it's Impa, and let's see what she's to go ahead and tell us. So here we are back in the Chamber of Sages, and and actually speaking, just 1 more sage is left to be saved. So we are actually doing very well, as I already told. Well, like Impa hasn't aged a bit. Well, actually, like in Breath of the Wild, Impa looks a lot more older and kinder. But in this game, she is pretty young. So, and let's see what she's to go and tell us. Indeed, so the target of Ganondorf was the Ocarina of Time, and ultimately to reach the Chamber of Sages, or rather the Sacred Realm. So guys, we have freed about 5 sages now, just 1 more. Yeah, indeed, she will explain to us everything pretty soon. Well, not really very soon, it's actually after the next temple in the game. Alright, we indeed will. Okay, so we get ourselves the next medallion within the game, which is, I'm pretty sure it's the Shadow Medallion. So guys, we actually go ahead and get ourselves the Shadow Medallion. Please look out for Princess Zelda. Indeed we will. And guys, here we are back in the graveyard. and things are pretty much looking the same, but guys, there is no more danger now, so we can be pretty happy now. I'm pretty sure the power is still there, so we can go ahead and ignore it as quick as we can and make our way outside. Okay guys, so I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the end of this episode, because we took on an entire temple. So guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Be sure to punch that like button and be sure to subscribe if you already haven't, and also be sure to click that bell notification icon, because it really does help me and my channel. And also be sure to share this video with a comrade if you liked it. So guys, thank you all so much for watching this episode of The Legend of Zelda God, can't go ahead and speak. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this episode of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and be sure to go ahead and have a great day. Take care and peace out. See you.